Or welcome to the Sportscast, October 22nd, 2019, our second show of the day. If you haven't yet, please subscribe in all our channels, YouTube, Periscope, iTunes, and YouTube, and Facebook. Like us on Facebook. And if you're on iTunes, please leave a rating and a review. It will help us out tremendously. It will help us out a lot. And, of course, visit us on thesportscast.net, thesportscast.net. This show is brought to you by InstaBible. Download the InstaBible app on your iPhone and share it to the world. Visit the instabibleapp.com to get the download link. The NFL and the Patriots. The Patriots are dominating. They just got Mohamed Sanu. Are they the best team in the AFC? To join us and to explain to us about the situation is Vic Arocho. Welcome back.
How you doing? How you doing in the Sportscast? I'm excited. I'm mobile right now. Hold on, I'm gonna put my earpiece on. So everything's going good. How are you? You want me to comment on Dominic Sue?
Not yet. Not Mohamed Sanu. But as we were talking about earlier, that you're now on the road again, but you're no longer in Brickell. You're somewhere in South Florida, right?
Yeah, on the beautiful roads of South Florida.
It's funny because last week was an amazing show. I mean, it cannot honestly be topped.
Oh, of course it can. You didn't see nothing yet.
Hopefully, we'll have more of those.
Where's all our listeners? Some listeners, you gotta tell people, get on here and bring it. Let's see how smart you guys are in sports. I challenge anybody out there in sports. I may live in South Florida, but I'm a Jersey boy. I'm not that convinced. I'm not convinced with the intellect of sports in South Florida. So that's a challenge to anybody out there.
South Florida is Sports Central, though.
South Florida, what does that mean, Sports Central?
I don't know. Not really. It depends who you ask.
They don't know. Listen to me, man. You know how many sports games in South Florida I've been to, and they're leaving by the fourth quarter or whatever it is. It's crazy.
You're crazy.
And they don't know what to talk about. They go back to, if Dan Marino was on that team, he would have won. Oh, give me a break.
The Dolphins have the unbeaten record. That I can tell you.
They're going for the undefeated season.
Yeah.
Just the opposite way.
Anyways, breaking news today. The New England Patriots have acquired Mohamed Sanu, the wide receiver from Atlanta, for a second-round draft pick. Sanu gives the Patriots an inside target, especially on third down, to help take pressure off top receiver Julian Edelman. The 6'2", 210-pound Sanu 30 is in the 8th season and has 30 receptions for 313 yards and 1 touchdown in 2019. How much better are the Patriots now?
I mean, he's just giving them another weapon. I mean, their defense is phenomenal right now. I think they're giving up less than 10 points a game. And then Brady just tore up the Jets. Jets were so disappointing on their defense. But you give Brady another, if he's an inside receiver, that's going to help out because Edelman's getting a little older. So to have someone else come in and change up the speed, he's just going to be a terror. So I think it's gonna propel them. They're just getting better and better. And look, they need it. Did you see last night? They had a linebacker playing fullback.
I didn't see the game.
Okay, they had defensive players on the offensive side of the field. There was a linebacker that had to play fullback on goal line in the red zone. It was number 54. So think about it. He was the fullback. Let me tell you, Belichick don't mess around.
The greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, they were saying that everybody on that team has to play multiple positions except for Brady.
The Patriots are now 7-0 on the season after defeating the New York Jets 33-0 last night at MetLife Stadium. New England was able to get on Adam Gase's team from the jump, going on a 16-play drive to begin the game that culminated in a touchdown from Sony Michel. His first of 3 scores on the night. He also put 42 yards on the ground. Tom Brady, have you heard of him? Was able to keep the offense moving, completing 31 of his 45 passes for the 249 yards, a touchdown and a pick.
They had the ball for the first 9 minutes of the game.
I know. It's crazy.
Pretty much they had it for the quarter.
They're the best team in the NFL right now. Period.
Yeah, but you know what's sad? The defense on the Jets, who was playing good, had that much time to rest. You would have thought they would have done. Well, that's not true. 9 minutes made them tired. I apologize. Yeah. No, they must have been tired as hell. But he looked phenomenal, man. I mean,
at least.
So what do you think about the rumors he may leave?
Yes, I actually. There was a rumor, guys, that Adam Schefter, he is the master of rumors and the guy that breaks news. There's rumor that Tom Brady might leave the Patriots for another team. And there's been signs where he's selling. He put his house on sale, and his personal trainer put his house on sale.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
I think it's crazy. Either he's having a feud in New England, and they probably told him, "Okay, this is your last year," or he's going to retire. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I don't know, because either he's, his family is asking him to retire, because he said he was going to play until he couldn't play. Right? So that's one. And then number two, I don't know why he would, what AFC East team would he would go to that would be somewhere else? Dolphins, maybe come down to Miami.
I don't think
but
so.
I wouldn't do it. They suck. And then the other thing is, the one thing that I learned about Brady, what has made him so great, besides that he's great, there's no confusion, right?
He's a GOAT.
Think about it. How long has he been in the NFL?
For almost 19 seasons-ish.
Okay. So you multiply 19 times, let's say 20, just to make it easy, right?
Right.
20 times 6, that's 120, right? 120, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's played 120 games against the same team.
Wow.
Over 19. That's a lot.
That's a lot of games.
And my point being that
That's a lot of games.
Against the same team.
I know.
Okay? So
I know.
what happens is, he made a lot of sense, because he's always been protected and stuff. But at the same time, there's a point where he starts getting used to the schemes, the players, even though they change, he has a good feel for those teams. Right? He's playing the Dolphins, he's playing the Bills, he's playing who's the other team in the East?
Buffalo Bills, Jets, and Dolphins.
Jets.
Johnson, yeah.
Buffalo Bills, Jets.
Just 3 other teams.
Okay, yeah. He's playing those same teams, so for
and it's
him to
easy.
go to another team, it's not that it's easy. You can't say that, because it's just that they're that good, right? I mean, the Dolphins made it during Brady's year into the playoffs. I mean, so it's not that it's easy. It's just that they're that much better. One, and then two, like I said, it made sense when he was saying that he's playing the same team. He knows a lot of the schematics. He knows, you know what I mean? It's like redundant. He's got it down. So I think he's a great coach.
But
I just think it would be crazy. He's risking. I think that's what he'll get hurt. It'll be like Muhammad Ali getting back in the ring.
Yeah, like what I'm seeing, of course, he's healthy and everything, but I'm thinking they did draft a quarterback this past summer with Jared Stidham, which he's a great quarterback. But I'm thinking they probably told him no more.
Nah, I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, Brady will play till. I mean, dude, he doesn't look like he slowed down a bit at all.
I don't think he has.
I mean, he was throwing rockets to those guys when they're open. He's got all day to throw, and he's even saying, he's saying that the offense is still not kicking yet. You know what I mean? And maybe there is something, I don't know, but I'd hate to see that happen, right? If there's something, that would just be stupid. I can't imagine Kraft. You know what I mean? I just can't imagine. But
it's a business decision.
It could be something with Belichick. It could be some, I want to see what Belichick's going to do.
Yeah, Schefter says, let's boil this down to the basic facts once again. Let's look at some simple things. He has put his home for sale, yes. He has his trainer put his home for sale, yes. He has set up his contract to void after this season to become a free agent, yes. So if he's selling his home and his trainer is selling his home and he's voiding his contract, what does that tell you? He's setting up. Setting up to move on.
It's bullshit, because I've heard that 50 amount of times. First of all, go see what Brady's house looks like, and go see how much he'd get for the house. It's $1 million, maybe 10, 15, maybe 50 million. I don't know. You know how long it takes to sell a house like that?
That takes a couple years.
It's a fucking, it could take a year or a couple years. You're right.
It's true. Yeah, good point
His
there.
trainer probably has a killer fucking house, right? And I want to go on the record since I'm a development. I have my own development business, sales development business. Even the great ones have their own trainers. So they have their coaches on the team, and they have coaches outside of their coaches. So if you're not being developed and learning, you're just dumbass. Back to Brady. So it's going to take a long time there, and then maybe he's just surrendering. Maybe his wife, and he wants to spend more time with his kids. Maybe he's just, that's the only thing I could think of. For him to go to another team, I mean, Montana did it and took him to the AFC.
Yeah.
But Montana did it because he was forced out.
Yeah. Which might be the same thing for this guy.
And Peyton was forced out too, wasn't he?
He was.
All right, so,
But how can you force out Brady? I mean, he's not slowing down. If he was losing, if he had a losing season or 2 losing seasons, okay, I understand. But he hasn't stopped. He's playing at the highest level.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
right?
I just want to see Belichick win. The true tales is Belichick can win without him. Now, I'm not saying Belichick has to win a Super Bowl without him, but he's got to win the AFC without him, and he's got to get deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's something that we have to monitor at. I mean, I always thought that if Brady left, Belichick leaves as well, but there's no signs of Belichick leaving either.
I don't know. We don't know because he could just leave. Right?
He could leave. I mean, knowing him, right? He might be just in a surprise. Okay, I'm done. See ya.
But he may. But his ego may not let him.
You think he has an ego?
Understand? Who, Belichick?
I mean, he seems like a very humble person.
Fuck out of here. He's a big ass ego, bro. Come on, he wouldn't be doing all the shit he did to fucking win if he didn't have an ego.
There's rumors,
right? And it's hard. You have to have an ego to be able to
win championships.
Sure that you're asking for greatness. Your ego is strong. You understand? You can't. You may be. He's quiet, right? And humble could be. He could be humble. He may be humble, but he's quiet, right? There's a big difference between being quiet and being humble. You could be quiet and humble. You could be loud and humble, right? But all I'm just saying to you, that doesn't have anything to do with ego. You could have an ego and be quiet. You have an ego and be humble, but your ego is big enough that I'm going to win no matter what, right? I'm not going to know. You're out of here, right? Your ego, if you don't want to play, you're out. That's ego, right?
To be a good salesperson, do you need to have ego?
I'm in charge. It's an ego.
Do you need to have ego to be a good salesperson?
Yeah, oh yeah. You need a big ego to be a good salesperson. You need and you need a big ego to be a receiver.
Really?
And you need a big ego to be a defense. Yeah, all those players really got, but particularly, receivers have big egos, and salespeople have to have big egos, right? Because your big ego, I don't know if you could look up the definition of ego, but, you fail a lot, right? And receivers have big egos because they want the ball all the time. Salespeople have big egos because they have to get through the pain of failure. I mean, you're going to fail, anywhere from 70 to 80% of the time, every day on average. So if you don't have an ego, you'll be crushed.
This is not just a sports show, guys. This is also a business show. Sales.
A sports business show.
Yeah. There's rumor tight end O.J. Howard might go to the Patriots from Tampa.
Another receiver?
Another tight end, yeah. I mean, another receiver. But
he's a receiver.
Yeah, it's a receiver. Yeah, tight ends are receivers.
God. They are stacking the game, boy.
They're good in business, aren't they?
Huh?
They're good in business.
Yeah, man, and they're smart. Players want to play for them. They'll take less money. I mean, I don't know. Just a great organization. I mean, I'm a Giant fan, obviously, you know that, but nothing can take away. Nothing could take away from that organization. I mean, nothing. Now you did it. So, anyhow, let's keep going on the league. Let's leave it alone. I mean, sure, we're in South Florida. Dolphin fans are probably having a heart attack.
We haven't talked about the Giants yet, but we'll just talk about scores, and let's see what happened. Let's go.
We can go to the Giants if you want to.
Okay, let's go right at it. They lost. They lost against the Cardinals, 27-21.
Yep. First of all, Schumer sucks as a coach. He doesn't draw on 3rd and 20. Oh my God, he's a dumbass. And then, like I said, I feel bad for my boy Danny, but, he's throwing way more interceptions than Eli was.
Mr. Danny Dimes.
What is his touchdown to interception rate?
He had 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 223 yards.
Okay, what's his touchdown to interception so far this year?
This season? Ooh, I don't know. Let me check. Daniel Jones stats.
And I'm not saying anything. I want to see the kid do good. Obviously, he's gotten first yards on runs that Eli wouldn't have gotten. But needless to say, when everybody was quick to jump on Eli,
Yeah, something that we'll definitely look at. Of course, Kyler Murray is the quarterback for the Cardinals, but the defense was the one that won the game for the Cardinals.
And the defense is who lost the game for the Giants. I told you, the defense for the Giants is terrible.
Yeah.
They're like 24th or something. They're like bottom in the league. Bottom.
Arizona is 3-3, and the Giants are 2-5. And their next game is against the Lions in Detroit.
Who, the Giants?
Yeah.
Like I said, you want to see Giants win, but when they have the opportunity, they should have beat Arizona. That would have put them in a good position because the NFC East is open. But with them losing and Dallas beating, what's the name? The Eagles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Puts them in a bad spot. Not that they're going to go in. That defense is just terrible. So, and Shermer's a bad coach. I don't like Shermer. I don't think any Giant fan likes him.
Other score: Cowboys beat the Eagles 37-10.
Yeah, man, something's wrong. I don't understand that.
What do you mean?
I mean, because first of all, the Eagles are a better team than that, and number one, and then number two, I just don't get Carson Wentz, man. It's like
he's inconsistent.
The 2 years he was there, he played phenomenal. Took him all the way, and then the guy who took him the rest of the way was Vic Foles.
Yeah.
Right? And
Not
then,
consistent.
so you would think he would continue doing that, and even if he took him all the way and then something happened, okay, he's done it again, but he's playing, like crap. And that coach shouldn't have made that comment about Dallas. That was just stupid. I mean, that's stupid. You don't give bulletin board stuff. So just, they deserved it. And, Dak is up and down. I just think that, Dak is no different. What they did with Dak and Tony Romo is what's happening with Daniel Jones, and Eli.
D. Jones.
Huh?
D. Jones.
D. Jones and Eli, I think, is equivalent to Romo and Dak.
Similar.
Yeah, they did the same thing.
The parallel.
Did great. Yeah.
Well, the NFC East is very unpredictable. We'll see who takes it. Who think will take it at the end of the day?
Well, you got to remember, Dallas has got to play Philly again, right? And, I don't know. I don't think any of those teams are playing consistent. Because even if Dallas would have won, they shouldn't have got whooped, the Eagles. And then Dallas lost to the Jets. Think about it.
Yeah. Chiefs beat the Broncos 30-6. Packers beat the Raiders 42-24. Aaron Rodgers is looking good.
I told you. Rodgers is the man, man.
Rodgers is going to win the Super Bowl.
He waited 4 years. Think about it. He's got 4 years of learning and 4 years of his body not getting hammered.
Yeah. This is a good good start. 6-1, new coach LaFleur. So we'll see what happens. The NFC is wide open still, but the Saints are looking good.
The Saints look good. Green Bay looks good. At this point, I'd still take Green Bay over the Saints right now.
Yeah. Other scores: Rams beat the Falcons. Easy game for the Rams.
Yeah, I picked that one. Yeah, Falcons are just on a downturn. I don't know what's going on.
49ers undefeated as well.
Told you they were good. You didn't believe me.
They're 9-0.
Did you see my boy Nicky Bosa? He's not my boy. I don't really know. I just know of them. They were around when they played. But, man, did you see him? He ended the game with a sack and then did a diving swan dive because it was all raining, and he, slid 6 yards like a little kid. And he is. I mean, he's probably 20, 21-ish. It was awesome, man. That's man. When you see that, that's when you want to see pro athletes like that remind you that they're kids. You know what I mean?
Colts beat the Texans 30-23. Colts take control of the AFC South.
Yeah, you got to hand it to that quarterback, that coach. I mean,
Jacoby Brissett.
I have nothing but respect. I have nothing but respect for the Colts.
There's an argument that the Colts are the second best team in the AFC after the Patriots.
I don't know. Buffalo's pretty good.
Buffalo might be second or third. Yeah, it's between the Colts and the Bills.
Yeah, Buffalo's pretty good. I mean, they're playing.
They're balling.
So, yeah, they're playing, man. They're doing well. I can't.
You can't deny it.
Well. Man, I don't want to go back to the Jets and the Patriots though, real quick. Okay, so they interviewed. Do you know what the Patriots defense they call themselves?
No, I have no idea.
They call themselves the Boogeyman.
Really? Why?
I don't know. Just because they just haunted you. You know what I mean? The Boogeyman scares you. And so they're interviewing one of the linebackers in after the game. And one of the linebackers who was talking to me, you guys call it? Yeah, well, we're the Boogeyman. And then one of the reporters goes, yeah, I mean, Donaldson was saying that, he was seeing ghosts. And he goes, really? He said that? He goes, yeah. And then another reporter asked him a question. Whoa. He goes, hold on. Did he really say that? I mean, he didn't even want to answer anyone else's question. He just was so stunned that they called themselves the Boogeyman. This guy said he was seeing ghosts. His elation was through the roof. It was nice to see that he just, really? Did he say that? I mean, he only talked to that reporter at that point. And then he started talking, and then he went back to he saw ghosts. Good, let everybody see ghosts. It was a great snip.
There you have it. Well, the Patriots defense are pretty good. They're probably the best in the country right now.
Dude, I think they're averaging 8 points, giving up 8 points. You know what it is? That's being single digits after 7 games. I mean, halfway through the season.
It's incredible. Oh
my God! Brady's even saying the defense is what's winning.
Have you? Were you able to see Marcus Peters with the Ravens?
No, that was a shock to me. The Ravens are unpredictable. Remember I was saying they looked really good. Their offense was doing this and that.
Then they lose against the Browns.
And then they lose a couple games, and then they go beat Seattle. What's his name is having a great Wilson's having a great season. You know what I mean? That kid's tough. I like that kid.
The Ravens beat the Seahawks 30-16.
Right, that's my point. So and they were at Seattle, right?
In Seattle, 12th man. That's not easy.
It isn't easy. No, everything is just different there. But that was
two teams have won Seattle this year. It's been the Saints and the Ravens.
Well, the Saints I could see, that would be a good game. But the Ravens, I still thought the Ravens were a good team. But then they started. This is a crazy season.
Then yet again, the Ravens might be the second or third best team in the league. I mean, it's between the Ravens, Colts, and the Bills.
Well, I think the Ravens right now are unpredictable. I think the Colts are playing great football. They lost, whatever, but the Ravens to me are a little unpredictable.
Yeah, Ravens are unpredictable. We'll see.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
it's hard to say they're the best team without consistency. I'll give it up to the Colts because they've been consistent, right? That's what I look for in football. When you're consistent, when you're not, that means you don't know which player or which team's going to show up, and that's not good in football.
You know who's been consistent?
The Patriots, the 49ers.
And Victor Arocho.
Oh, I don't know about that, but yeah, those guys have been consistent.
You've been consistent with the sportscast.
Yes, I am. I'm ready to get it rocking.
You know, Vic, you are the NFL and NBA guy.
Fan. NFL, NBA, a Yankee. Oh my God!
And Yankees, they lost, by the way. If you haven't heard.
Okay, let me get you the baseball story real quick.
Go ahead.
So I'm watching the game. It's the ninth inning, and we hit a 2-run home run to tie it. Top of the ninth, right, with 2 outs. And I screamed, and my wife yelled at me because she was sleeping. So I'm like, she doesn't understand. It's the ninth inning. I'm like, yeah, we got our best closer there, right? The closer gets up, and boom, we get 2 outs. And then Altuve is on deck. And I'm like, please don't let Altuve get up. Please don't let him get up. We'll wait till the next inning because maybe we'll score some runs or whatever. Don't let him get up. I mean, I called it. I felt it in my bones. Okay? He walked that guy, and, man, that little shit spanked it out. And so I don't even want to watch the rest of the game. I told you it didn't matter to me. Now I don't really care. They play today, right?
Yeah, tonight is the first game 1 of the World Series between the Astros and the Nationals. Who you got for that series?
I don't care.
Really?
No, well, if I had to pick, if you're saying, Vic, you got to pick a team, I'm going to take Washington.
Yeah, Washington is the underdog, big time.
It's not because Houston beat the Yankees, right? It's because they got rid of Bryce Harper for a huge-ass contract, and his team went in last place, and this team is in the World Series.
There you have it.
Think about it. He signed for $200-something million. He left. It was a big thing. And, I mean, the guy still played well, but at the end of the day, your team came in last. And the team you left is in the World Series.
Can you believe that?
That's phenomenal. This is the first time, I think, since they said 20, 30-something that the Washington team, it wasn't the Nationals, something else, but they were there in the World Series. So.
I think with this new franchise, which they started in 2005, but yeah, you're right. The DC area did have a baseball team, but I forgot the name of it. I know that they moved to the Expos to Montreal.
Yeah, they were Mexico. They came here, but this was like when there was the Brooklyn Dodgers, and I think it was Senators, wasn't it? Washington Senators.
Yeah, it might have been. This is back in the 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
This is back in your time.
Yeah, but not my time. Close. yeah, I was an itch.
Brooklyn has only had 2 professional teams: the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
It's incredible, isn't it?
When the Dodgers were around, I'm pretty sure. Look it up. I think it's Washington Senators.
Yeah, let me check it out. Washington Senators. That's that. But it might be. It's funny because it sounds like a hockey team.
Yeah, but think about it. Senator in the Capitol.
Washington Senators baseball. Yeah, it was one of the American League's 8 charter franchises, now known as the Minnesota Twins. The club was founded in Washington, D.C. in 1901 as the Washington Senators. In 1905, the team changed its official name to the Nationals. Oh, wow. They had the name Nationals back in the day.
I'm good, aren't I?
You're pretty good. And then they...
In the car. That's why I always win in trivia for the sports.
And 1955, they relocated to Minnesota.
Right. Oh, so there's Twins.
Yeah.
And then Milwaukee. Not Milwaukee. Is it Milwaukee? Not Milwaukee. Montreal is now the Washington Senators.
Yeah. Let's finish up NFL scores. Dolphins lost against the Bills 31-21. The Titans beat the Chargers 23-20. Titans with Tannehill. Mariota has been benched. Saints beat the Bears 36-25. Man, Bridgewater is still continuing his streak.
Yeah.
I mean,
and here's the funny part. When Drew comes back, he's going to start. When Cam comes back, I'm not sure if he's going to start.
Cam
Newton.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I think Cam Newton, they'll probably set him back a little bit. Hey, rest a little bit. You know, he probably has some more bruises and injuries that he still needs to heal up. Why not?
No, but I understand that. But I mean,
but Drew Brees, to be honest, I think, I mean, I would definitely start Teddy over Drew right now. I don't know. It's tough.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. You're old school. You stick with your guy.
He's just, hey, you give the guy credit, but Drew is Drew, man. He's like an Aaron.
He's like a Tom Brady.
Yeah. It's like Cam Newton's a little different. He hasn't won. He hasn't done. I mean, think about it. These guys are already, both Drew and Brady are approaching on Peyton Manning's touchdown. I mean, Drew's not far away from Brady, and Brady's getting close. I think he needs 7 more.
There you have it. Anything else, Victor, before we enter into predictions?
No.
Actually, NBA season starts tonight. What are you looking forward to this season?
I'm looking forward to the Heat surprising people.
Yeah, I heard they had a good preseason.
Man, I hope they get Chris Paul.
Yeah, that hasn't been talked about, hasn't it, lately?
Yeah, and this kid Hero's coming out of nowhere, so I'm pretty happy with that.
He's a rookie.
So I like the Heat to be a surprise team, make it to the playoffs, even if it's the 18. I want to see the Clippers win tonight.
They play the Lakers.
I don't want LeBron to win.
They don't have Paul George tonight. They just have Kawhi.
I don't care. Kawhi, just eat them all up. We'll see. I'm a little concerned about Zion Williamson.
Yeah, he's out for 6 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks. But I think that he's a kid that if he doesn't get his weight under control, I think he's got to lose a good 20, 30 pounds. And only because, he's so explosive. He's almost like a Derrick Rose, but just massive, right? I think those guys, when you're twitch muscles and you're that explosive, that your tendency to hurt because your body can move so quick, but everything else may not go. And with him carrying 285 pounds, and he's still nimble, that's going to take its toll on him. I mean, he's had injuries in high school and college. So I want to see that kid do well.
Yeah, Zion Williamson is out for 6 weeks with a torn meniscus, but he'll be back for be back in 6 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks. So, but yeah, I mean, the kid's injury prone.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's got to lose weight, man. Especially now with that injury, he's got to lose weight because you can't have that same weight because you're gonna be off. You don't want to watch it lose weight or gain weight. He's got to lose weight so he could still have that same explosiveness. You understand?
Yeah.
Did you know that Barkley had in his contract when he was playing, I think, for the Sixers, right, that if he got over a certain weight, I think it was like 265, that they would drop his salary to 600,000.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he had something in his contract. They said, you exceed this weight, you are going to be financially penalized.
That is, yeah, because he had a weight issue, and then when he went to the Suns and the Houston Rockets, he looked pretty overweight.
Right, but when he was in the Sixers, they had it in there. And remember, he wasn't that tall of a guy either. So
he's great on television.
No, but he was a great basketball player, and he's great on television. I like him.
And
I didn't like him when he played, but I like him as an analyst.
Speaking about NBA, Michael Jordan said today that he does not think Steph Curry is a Hall of Famer.
Michael Jordan said that?
Yeah.
Why? Did it say why?
He doesn't say why, but a lot of fans are saying because Curry doesn't play at his level.
But he's not playing. He doesn't have to. He's playing at Curry's level.
Exactly.
That's because Michael just gets. That's a guy with major ego.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's true.
He's got major ego. Okay, and the deal is because they were doing something. I heard today or the other day that Curry is the only guy that has shot 7 3-pointers or more, right, and with a 40% percentage. The one who's behind him is number 3. The next closest is only 1. So, come on. How can he not? And he doesn't play Jordan's game. Jordan's game is not what he does.
It's different.
Jordan couldn't shoot. I don't think he shot too many threes.
And Magic Johnson said, well, Michael Jordan probably said that because he can't say anyone's a Hall of Famer because it's against league rules.
Why?
But Michael Jordan is the GOAT.
He is, but I think he's stupid for not saying that about Curry. I think Curry's going to light it up this year.
I think so
They say he's
too.
the best thing. But what did Johnson say, Magic Johnson?
Magic Johnson said that Michael Jordan can't say Hall of Famer candidates because that goes against league rules.
Yes, especially he's an owner. Oh, so maybe that's why he said it.
Yes, right. He's owner of the Charlotte Hornets. If he wasn't an owner, yeah, he could. You're right. I forgot about he's the owner of the Hornets.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Oh, they
right? But I don't know. I think Jordan just does these things to do them. It's hard to. It's almost like when you're Jordan, you can get away with anything.
He says, everyone relax. We know Steph Curry is a future Hall of Famer. Michael Jordan couldn't say it because he would get fined by the league.
Oh, so he must have been asked. He didn't volunteer it.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I hope he didn't mean it because he's, I hate to hear it. I don't like when there's negativity on that kind of crap.
According to Steve Kerr, Thompson could be out for the whole year.
Oh, that broke my heart when I heard that, man.
Wow.
Broke my heart. I hope he's just plotting. You know what I mean? I hope it's more like gamemanship strategy, so people have to start preparing as if he's not in.
That's true. It could be a mind game, and he might be back after the All-Star game probably. But, yeah, ACL tear takes about 6 to 8 months to recover, but maybe for him maybe he wants to take a year off, and just get that thing 100% healed.
Yeah, because no one's going to give the Golden State Warriors a pass no matter what since Durant left. Right? So
Correct.
It's like I kind of wanted Steph to play. Not Steph, Clay to play so they could light it up again. Him, Draymond, you know what I mean? Let them do the things they got to do. You know what must suck, though, is that Toronto's going to receive their rings in their opening game, and Kawhi's not going to be there.
Tonight, yeah, and also their team banners as well.
Yeah, it's just sad that he's,
I wish he stayed, but, it is what it is.
I wish he stayed too.
Toronto and LA, it's kind of like LA wins by default. You're going back home. The weather's great. LA is amazing, and you have a chance to.
And you got a great coach.
Great coach, Doc Rivers, which he played for the Knicks.
Rivers is just awesome. I met him in person. He was an outstanding guy. I met his son. He was an outstanding gentleman. That's a great family. Great. When you meet someone and you never know how that's going to be, and I've met some pro athletes that were just really big jerks, and then I've met some that have been just phenomenal. Emmett Smith was a great guy. Quite a few.
You're a great guy.
The good one. Yeah, but I'm not a professional athlete.
Ready for game predictions?
Yes, sir.
Let's start NFL. Chargers at the Chicago Bears.
Oh, Bears.
Giants at Detroit.
Detroit.
Wow. Jets
I'm going again.
at the Jags.
The Jets at the Jags.
Eagles at the Bills.
Ooh. See, that's a game you don't know who's going to show up.
That's a great match.
I'm going to take the Bills.
Me too. Cardinals at the Saints.
Saints.
Raiders at the Texans.
Ooh.
That's a good match.
That's an interesting match. I'll go with the Raiders. I'm a black and gold. I'm black and silver guy.
Browns at the Patriots.
Come on now. Patriots.
Future versus the past. Packers at the Chiefs.
Packers.
College football. Notre Dame at Michigan.
By the way, I won with Penn State, so I'm 2-0.
Good.
Remember, I picked LSU and I picked Penn State.
You did.
Okay, what's the game?
Notre Dame at Michigan.
Notre Dame.
ND, Fighting Irish. Wisconsin at Ohio State.
Ohio State.
And Auburn at LSU.
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 That's kind of easy.
Well, I don't know. They're both top 10.
Well, they're in the SEC, so it's always hard. But LSU's playing great. They're number 2, aren't they?
They are. NBA.
Alabama's number 1.
Yeah, Alabama's number 1. LSU's number 2. Ohio State number 3, and Clemson is hanging in there at number 4.
Hey, did you hear what the Clemson coach did? That guy's an awesome coach.
Which coach?
Clemson.
What did he do?
Dabo Sweeney. Okay, so one of his players got into a fight on the field and was punching the other player.
What?
Right? And go look it up. And he got unsportsmanlike conduct. So he made that guy drive on the bus back with the managers and everyone while everyone flew back. So he had to sit on a bus and drive all the way back.
That's awesome.
While the entire team got on a plane.
That's amazing. That's Clemson. That's Dabo Sweeney for you.
That's a great coach. That's how you do it. He's about character. You're there building young men. You don't do that. I mean, it's one thing to get into something, but he was like punching the guy on the ground.
NBA Lakers at the Clippers tonight.
I want to pick Clippers. I don't care what LA is. I'm not a LeBron fan. I still say he's one of the great ones, right? And it's not number 2, but him leaving Miami and only going to Cleveland for a little bit. You know what I don't like about what's going on in the NBA? It's like they're all building their own all-star teams. That's the problem with the NBA. Like when you only got 5 players, you can do that. You can't do that in football.
You can't.
You can't. It's hard to do it in baseball. I mean, you can. Obviously, we've bought championships with the Yankees and Marlins. Everybody's had a chance in Boston, but it's still not easy in baseball. You know what I mean? You got to have the best out of 7. You know what I mean? Think about it. Yankees were great, and Boston came back on a 3-1. That's never happened before. But in basketball, think about it. You only need 3 great guys.
Yeah.
And in some cases, 2. So
just a duo. Jordan Pippen.
Yeah, but that was they were picked. They didn't go and select Pippen to come play with me and Jordan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was natural.
Sure, Jordan had a hand on the.
Golden State was kind of natural. That they got all those guys.
All the Golden State was natural. Most of the Yankees teams are coming from their farm teams, right? So I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of that. I could see like when Boston did it and then Heat did it and this and that, but it was like the teams were packaging to bring the players. Now it's like the players are thrown, come on, come play with me and this and that, and I don't know. Maybe people say, hey, they should. Players are taking control, but everybody wants to give the players more, but none of them took the risk of putting the money up to start it. In other words, they wouldn't have the contracts they have if someone didn't put several millions, if not billions of dollars into a team.
Anyways, last but not least, who takes game 1? Nationals at Houston.
Nationals.
And people ask in the comments, what is your thoughts about Bama without Tua Tagovailoa?
Bama's, it's just like a New England Patriots team. He's just prepared. I mean, Saban's prepared. He'll run the shit out of the ball. You know what I mean? By the way, you never know with these Alabama. You never know with these teams. Sometimes they got a guy that's second string who could be like in a Heisman Trophy race if he was on another team. You know what I mean? So I think that Alabama's just going to roll.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, they're just going to roll. I mean, they're just too good. The defense is good. I mean, it's just too good. And when you start winning like that, you're expected to win. Those players come in to win.
They're like the Patriots.
Yeah, I like the Patriots to some degree.
And so you got Houston, right?
I got Nationals.
Nationals wins game 1. I didn't write that down. Random question: what is your favorite pumpkin food item? Pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin donuts, pumpkin pie, or pumpkin Cheerios?
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie is winning by 50%. Pumpkin donuts at 25%, and pumpkin spice latte and Cheerios are tied for last or third.
No, I don't like any.
I like pumpkin donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. It's have you had it?
No, I don't really eat that many Dunkin' Donuts.
You're on a diet always. Anyways,
Not on a diet. Just that's not me. I wish I was on a diet.
Victor, how can people reach you to talk to you about Klay Thompson?
Well, you can go to Facebook. My Facebook, Vic Arocho /Victor Arocho. Twitter at Vic Arocho. I got my website, Victor Arocho, a lot of Victor Arocho, Arocho, and then definitely check out my YouTube channel, Victor Arocho. I have a lot of podcasts there. I have some videos. I just interviewed this incredible serial entrepreneur that between him and his partners, they've created companies that are now valued over $1 billion.
That's a lot. Listen to that podcast. It's on YouTube. You search Victor Arocho, and it should pop up.
Yeah. That one I got to still post on it, but there's still I'm interviewing at least 1 or 2 entrepreneurs every week to just give some insight of what it takes to be great.
There you have it. VA Rocho on Twitter. Follow him. Ask him about Klay Thompson. Talk about the Nationals. Talk about the Giants, how good Danny Dimes is. And, of course, you can follow us on thesportscast.net, thesportscast.net, or on Twitter at thesportscast1. We'll have Justin Riley on Thursday. Tomorrow we're taking a day off, and maybe, unless Ryan comes on the show, we'll see. And on Friday we have Jeff Favre talking about the Kansas City Chiefs' woes and what's going to happen with Mahomes. And, of course, he has a couple weeks. He's away from injury with a couple of weeks off, so it should be pretty interesting how the AFC is forming up, but the Patriots look unstoppable. Victor Rocho, close us out.
All right, brother. Well, God bless. You have a great week. Thank you in the Sportscast, and looking forward to next Tuesday. Sorry I wasn't on the video, but next week I'll be on video, see where I can be at.
And maybe we could hopefully watch the Joker this week.
There you go. Yes, for sure. All right, bro.
Good night.